Have you ever wondered how much it costs to charge an electric car? It's a question that's been on the minds of many as the shift towards sustainable transport gains momentum. Today we're going to delve into the costs of charging an electric vehicle, or EV, across different countries. Firstly, we must comprehend that the cost to charge an electric vehicle can differ significantly across the globe. This variability is mainly influenced by various crucial factors. One of these is the price of electricity, which directly impacts the cost of charging. Another significant factor is the incentives provided by the government in different countries that can lower the charging costs. Furthermore, the availability and accessibility of charging infrastructure also affect the charging cost. In addition to these, vehicle efficiency plays an important role. More efficient vehicles consume less electricity for the same distance, thereby reducing the cost of charging. Lastly, the charging speed is also a key determinant. Faster charging stations are generally more expensive, which can increase the charging cost. All these factors combined determine the cost of charging an electric vehicle worldwide. Take the United States for instance. On average, the cost to fully charge an EV is around $13. This is based on the national average electricity cost of about 13 cents per kilowatt hour. However, this can vary by state, with some areas like Washington state being significantly cheaper due to their abundant hydroelectric power. Cross the Atlantic to the United Kingdom, and you'll find a different story. The average cost to fully charge an EV in the UK is approximately £8.50. This is based on the average electricity price of about 14 pence per kilowatt hour. Now let's jet off to Australia. The land down under proves to be a bit more expensive, with the average cost to fully charge an EV coming in at around 19 Australian dollars. This is due to the higher average electricity price of around 25 cents per kilowatt hour. On the other end of the spectrum, we have countries like Norway and Sweden, where government incentives significantly reduce the cost of charging an EV. In Norway, the average cost to fully charge an EV is just around $10, while in Sweden, it's even less at around $8. So, what does this all mean? Well, the cost to charge an EV greatly depends on where you're located. It's not just about the price of the car itself, but also the ongoing costs of charging it. In summary, the cost of charging an electric vehicle varies greatly around the world, influenced by factors such as electricity prices, government incentives, and charging infrastructure. In the United States, it costs around $13 on average. In the United Kingdom, it's approximately £8.50. In Australia, it's about 19 Australian dollars. And in countries like Norway and Sweden, government incentives bring the cost down to around $10 and $8 respectively. So the next time someone asks you how much it costs to charge an electric car, you can confidently say that it depends on where in the world you are. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, the future of transport is electric. Let's now turn our attention to Germany, another key player in the world of electric vehicles. The average cost to fully charge an EV in Germany is around €30. This is based on the average electricity price of about 30 cents per kilowatt hour. It's important to note that Germany's EV charging cost is one of the highest in Europe, largely due to its electricity prices. So, if you're planning to drive an EV in Germany, you might want to budget a bit more for your charging costs. In conclusion, Germany's EV charging cost is one of the highest in Europe, with the average cost to fully charge an EV coming in at around €30. Now let's head over to China, the world's largest market for electric vehicles. The average cost to fully charge an EV in China is around 50 yuan. This is based on the average electricity price of about 50 cents per kilowatt hour. Interestingly, despite being the largest market, China's EV charging cost is relatively low compared to other countries. So, if you're planning to drive an EV in China, you will find the cost of charging quite affordable. To wrap it up, China's EV charging cost is relatively low, with the average cost to fully charge an EV coming in at around 50 yuan.